Welcome friends! In today's video, we're going to be learning some functional lifting and loading exercises and techniques for preventing low back pain. We're going to be using a Landmine, which is a bar, like a squat bar. You can use a women's bar or a men's bar, add weight or leave weight off, but you put that in a Landmine attachment so it's allowed to hinge freely. You can also wedge it up between a corner or find something else you can wedge that bar up so that it's not going to roll around and you have a nice clean hinge. This is a very functional exercise because we use that lever mechanism a lot moving big things in real life. It's a perfect place to practice engaging your core and working those muscles, the lifting muscles, during an exercise that's going to translate to moving things and doing things in real life. We've got 8 exercises. I'm just going to be demonstrating one set of each exercise. So if you'd like to follow along, just push pause, and I would suggest doing 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps in each exercise. As always, if you're new here, please consider liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell. All right guys, let's do it. Starting with a little dynamic warm-up here. We are working through some cat-cow, just trying to get that spine warmed up, gazing up and inhaling. And then as you go into the cat, you're going to exhale and draw that belly up towards your spine, really getting your abdominal muscles working as well. And then working down onto your stomach, we are going to do a little bit of a press up, getting those spinal extensors, getting your back loosened up here. I like to inhale on the way up, blow all your air out at the top, exhale on the way down. So as you're blowing your air out at the top, you're trying to relax your legs, relax your glutes. Don't let those muscles be tight.
Heart overhead, and I guess love to watch the way you made me into a mess. Hands on my dress, neon.
Now coming down all the way onto your stomach, we're doing a little Superman, working those spinal extensors, and just holding that for a few seconds before you come down. We want our back nice and warm before this workout, so we've got kind of a long warm-up.
See your eyes in every stranger. I replay the way that we were till I'm high. No, it's not right. I miss you missing me like you used to, yeah, like you used to. I miss you kissing me like you used to, like only you do. You know the good things are never as good as the bad.
Now making our way through kind of a deep squat with some arm rotations, working into your hips and stretching that out, gazing up at your outstretched arm to try to help initiate that twist a little bit more.
But I can't let go, 'cause I'm still sleeping with the moments, lying with your ghost. Now I'm dancing around my living room. I get drunk on the thought of you and I.
Our next one, wide stance forward fold, doing another twist variation, and then we're gonna go back to that squat, back to the twist, trying to make it dynamic and fluid here.
You know the good things are never as good as the bad, and your love is better than anything I've ever had. Oh, I miss you missing me like you used to, yeah, like you used to.
Our next one, split stance lunge, pretty wide lunge, so your knee is right over your ankle, and we are going to open those arms up alternately, still looking up at your outstretched hand, trying to work on your balance, stretching out those hip flexors here, getting nice and warmed up before we start our workout.
You know the good things are never as good as the bad, and your love is better than anything I've ever had. Oh, I miss you missing me like you
trying to find it before I go all the way. Cause everybody got problems, everybody starving, but don't you go off today, yeah. Don't you go off, don't you go off, yeah. That's right. Don't go off, yeah. Nah, don't you go off, don't you go off now. Look, hey, yeah, I woke up this morning living my best life. And if it isn't, at least I gave it my best try. I'm just enjoying the moments cause ain't no next time. Trying to slide with my people on the west side. Yeah, moving different than all the rest. Cause I'm about doing it different, new vision and no regrets. Man, I used to be a victim, repented of all my stress. Now, excuse me, I'm just venting and getting it off my chest, yeah. Believing one day we all ball. But once you get your shot, just don't turn to a ball hog. Putting my team on, if I'm higher, we all tall. Just know I got your back. If you down, then we all fall. That's loyalty, baby. That's right, that's right. Can't control it, but that's life, that's life. Yeah, let's spend time more than we.
For our first exercise, we are starting with the landmine. You can leave the weight off or add more weight, but stepping kind of back at an angle so you have room to come down, and so that landmine, the bar, is not going to hit you in the chest. As you press forward, your core is tight. A lot of the emphasis is on keeping that back nice and straight and nice and tight at the bottom and at the top. This can be a motion where if you're not engaging those muscles, if you're not tucking your pelvis under a little bit, you can put pressure in your back with a lift like this. So that is why we're practicing it.
Yeah, I've been trying to find the light, waiting on it, trying to get the timing right. Switch it up, had to get my mind right. Now it's my time and I'm gonna shine bright. Yeah, look, I've been trying to find the light.
Our next one is a single leg Romanian deadlift, and you want to extend your leg, or you can start at the top, but you're letting that leg that's down, it's going to have a soft bend in it throughout the Romanian deadlift. It can straighten out at the top. You're hinging from your hip, so you can see that my back and my leg are staying on the same plane, kind of like a teeter-totter. My back is not going down before my leg. It's not continuing to go let down after my leg stops. So those two pieces, the line from your back to the end of your outstretched leg, are connected. This is one of those lever mechanisms that we can perform really well with a landmine attachment. It mimics some lifts you may do, picking things up off the ground, working on those hamstrings and those back extensors. Now we're doing a little chest row here, wide stance, and just pulling that weight up till it touches your chest. Keeping that core nice and tight and belly tucked in, hips rolled under, so we're not putting any pressure in your back from this bent over position.
Oh, we are not done yet. Okay. No, I've heard you.
This is a difficult one. We are standing up from our knees and lowering back down. Really keeping that core engaged, core tight all the way through that press when the arms are out all the way to the bottom. And if you need to put something down, a pad for your knees, that's totally fine. Trying to stay low until you get to the standing point. You're not standing, you're not lifting into that stand until both your feet are underneath you.
Thanks for waiting, better move my way. Stop the hating, no debating. The truth I said, on your mark, get set and go. Mind the line like a rectangle. I'll be fine if they let man go. Goals been good, had to let man know. Ain't no need to finesse angles. They don't see what the left hand knows. I don't need what the next man shows.
Last one, a little deadlift, making sure you stand back enough again so that bar doesn't hit you. Using those glutes, feet nice and wide. Again, you can see my hips are hinging. And my knees are a little bit soft at the end, but they're not bending fully. My arms are just along for the ride. Try to keep your upper back, your shoulders relaxed. My back is staying nice and straight here. And really squeezing those glutes at the top, so you're exaggerating that motion a little bit. All right, guys, that's the end of our lifting for low back pain workout. If you're new here, please consider liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell. As always, please leave questions and requests for future videos down in the comment section. All right, guys, till next time.
This right here is a whole party. talks with an enemy, no parlay. Tell the all guy.